lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Sports Show!
The 56th Annual Boat Sport and Travel Show is bigger and better than ever. January 31st to February 2nd at the Sand Hills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Don't miss it.
Sports Show!
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays. Games of bowling, shoe rental, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me, I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio, from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Spare Time, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here are your hosts, Jillian Martin and Kayla Starr.
All right, welcome in to Spare Time. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. As always, you guys can join in 402-464-5685. That is the Sartor Heyman text line. As always, you can put a face to the voice, Facebook, YouTube, X Allo, channel 961. If you got Allo cable, it's just me and Kayla Starr as of now. We got Jillian Martin a little bit behind you. That's probably a first.
Yeah, that is a first because usually I pick her up.
I was going to say, she seems like one of the people, too, that I would have a hard time seeing show up to anything late. Like the type of person to show up to the movie like 30 minutes early.
No, but she's always like right on time. She's never late, but she's always like
punctual.
Right on time. Yes.
Okay. Well, she's not quite punctual tonight, but she's on now. She will join us later. But like I said, you guys can always join in as well. You guys just got back Sunday. You told me you got home 1 a.m. when you got to your actual
I got
home.
to my dorm at like 1:15.
Okay, coming back for a month. Let's actually put in the context here first.
Yeah, we had a tournament this weekend in Dallas, the Prairie View A&M Invite.
And that's how many teams, and this is invite only, so they're all
Yeah,
going to be the best teams.
they're all
most
the
likely.
top 10 teams, and then Prairie View A&M and Texas Southern.
And how'd you guys do?
We came in 5th. We pulled okay. Definitely not our best showing, but I think it kind of helped highlights like areas where we can improve in, which is obviously kind of what we need just going into really the end of the season. We have 3 more regular season tournaments left and then postseason.
And is it kind of helpful? Like I mentioned this late in the season, you go to an invite only, like just to see that kind of competition, to see like this is what it's going to take to win when we get to this level of competition.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because like last weekend we had like 38 teams. So obviously we don't bowl all 38 teams. This weekend we
Right.
got to bowl all the 11 other teams. And so we kind of get to bowl like we don't always get to bowl the top 10 teams every single weekend. So just kind of like going back to back to back matches of really great teams, it definitely kind of helps you just your stamina and shot making.
And then freshman year, what's that kind of been like for you? Just identifying, what it's going to take to win at the Division I level in bowling.
Yeah, I think it really highlighted like just good shot making and spares, and then also like making good moves, making sure you're ahead of the move.
And how'd the lanes play down in that one? Because I'm always amazed by how different the circumstances are.
Yeah, they're kind of tricky. Not like they weren't outright difficult, but like you had to be pretty strategic with your moves. I think we talked about that a lot. Just this is one of the first tournaments of the year I felt like we started pretty far right. At least for me, I think I was standing on like 15. And so like I mean by the end of the day we're still like sliding like 26, 27, 28, something like that. I think I got into like 30 was the furthest left I got, which like we always end up migrating that way. But like usually I'll start around 20 at least. So they definitely played different. Got a little tricky here and there, but overall, lots of learning.
Who won that one?
I believe Vandy won. Yeah.
Vandy won. And speaking of which, we got the one and only Jillian Martin joining us here. So, Kayla, obviously your question's looking up the door for it. How'd you think you're doing at this point in the season and your performance in this one?
Pretty good. Definitely kind of the same thing, just focusing in on spares and shot making. Psychology wise, I think there's been a lot of improvement, but yeah.
Absolutely. And now we're being joined by the one and only Jillian Martin taking a seat, the co-host of Spare Time with Kayla Starr. We're going mic 3 here. All right, Jillian Martin, we'll bring you in. How's getting down here?
Not great.
I'm curious. You said it was one of those days. Well, Kayla said it was one of those days. What's the context here? Because I hear you're a very punctual person, and this is a rare occurrence.
Usually, I mean, sometimes it depends on where I'm going, but something like this, yes, typically very punctual. Yeah, I don't know. I got up today, I had class, which like always kind of sucks after traveling, but we do it. And then I went to get an oil change. I scheduled an appointment at 11. I got there at 10:40. Give him my car. I'm like at the dealership too. It's not like I literally went to the dealership because my car is leased, so just whatever, make sure. But yeah, give him the keys. I'm like, hey, like I have class at 2. Like, you think you'll be done by 1:30? Figuring 3 hours is enough time.
Right.
It's like, no, I don't think we will be.
For an oil change?
I needed an oil change. I needed my brake fluid replaced. I needed my tires rotated.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many cars they had ahead of him.
Yeah, but I had an appointment too.
Oh.
Like I scheduled an appointment in advance specifically. Like I didn't just show up like hoping. Like I scheduled an appointment for 11, thinking like worst case it takes 2.5 hours.
And you showed up early.
Yeah, and I showed up 20 minutes early.
Yeah, I'm not like the biggest car guy, but that seems like way too long.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay. And then he's like, we might be able to get it done by 1:30. And I was like, okay, great. And so I sit there and I'm doing homework. And then like she had texted me about something else. And I was like, hey, I have a question. Do you have class? And she's like, I'm done at 12:15. I was like, can you pick me up from the dealership and bring me to East Campus? Because I have class over there. And she was planning on like going into practice anyway. So it kind of worked out. I still feel bad because she had to drive to Honda, which is like
no,
20
we went to
minutes away.
Chick-fil-A. It was
Yeah,
okay.
we went to Chick-fil-A too. So it kind of worked out. But yeah, so I had to call her. She had to take care of that. And then of course, like 5 minutes before I get into class, your car's done. Thanks. Appreciate it, dog. Like, okay. Yeah, great. Anyway, so then that happened. We had class. My professor like couldn't log in, so then my class kind of went over. They were still practicing. It was fine. And then after that, I like had to run around and do some things, just like travel day, like reset, like get back on track. But I was supposed to do an assignment for my forensic photography class.
Mhm.
But I had to take pictures while it was light outside and while it was dark out. So I knew what time sunset was. I'm trying to race it. Right as I'm pulling onto the street to get home, the lights turn on outside. And I'm like, I can't take pictures anymore because we need them in the light and at night. And I was like, oh my God. Thankfully, like, the professor was a student athlete. She understands. So, like, I think it's going to be fine. But so then that happened. And then just a mess. I got to dinner. Right as I walked into dinner, the entire team left.
Yeah, I completely forgot we were supposed to stay.
You didn't have to stay.
Well,
No.
I told her, I was like, yeah, well, because after practice, I just went straight. Wait, yeah. Took you back to your car.
Yeah.
Got gas. Went straight to OLC. Started to do some homework. Haley and I were sitting there. We didn't want to do homework anymore. We're like, okay, let's go to dinner. And then something happened. And we were all like, you know what, guys? It's time for dinner to be over. Like, everybody had already left. We're like,
Yeah.
okay, let's leave. We're walking out, and I go, oh crap, Jillian just got here.
Yeah,
I
and
felt so bad.
Well, I showed up on the late side of dinner because I was supposed to have tutoring at 7. Supposed to. This is our next step of the day. So then I finished dinner. I go to sit. I find them in a study room, and I'm chilling with them. And, like, usually the tutors will text you, like, where they're supposed to be
Mhm.
or, like, where they are. Never texted. So I was like, okay, it's fine. So I just did my homework in the study room with them. And then I was like, oh, I have the perfect amount of time to, like, run some errands real quick. Had, like, 30 minutes. I was like, I can take care of some stuff, get
Mhm.
situated so that, like, I don't have to do anything after the show tonight, right? Yeah, did not have enough time.
What do you got to do after the show? Have some more errands?
Oh, no, I finished, but I got
okay.
here late. Did
Oh,
not
I
have
see.
enough time.
That's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
The sacrifice, it paid off.
I mean,
we covered it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
So, other than that, how's the Monday been? So it was also like 50 degrees. It sucks that all that happened, but it was a beautiful day to
It
be standing
was.
outside the dealership.
Yeah, I was not well, I wasn't even that mad about the dealership because, like, for the 2 hours that I was there, I got a lot of homework done.
Okay.
So we were kinda able felt like I did nothing, but I did homework for 2 hours. But yeah, no, it was actually I didn't realize it was 50 degrees, and I was walking outside, I was like, "Wow, it's crazy how warm it feels." And I was like, "Oh, wait, it's 50." So yeah, 10 on 10.
And I got a new winter coat today, so I guess I don't
Very
really
nice.
need it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kyle left it in the locker room.
I'm sure, though, it'll get cold.
Yeah.
Don't
I
worry.
mean, I hope it doesn't, but I appreciate the new jacket because this one actually zips up and
I mean, I
doesn't
hope it does. It's
break.
kinda nice when we have snow days when we're traveling because then you don't have to make
No.
anything up.
I don't got class on Fridays.
Did you have class this morning? Because what time did you get back? She was saying she got back to her place at like 1:15 in the morning. Her home, not Lincoln.
I swear that's when we got back. Maybe that's when I got out of the shower.
It was probably when you got out of the shower because I remember getting back at 12:30.
Still pretty late though.
Maybe I
Yeah.
got
We're
out of the
talking
shower
like
at
40-minute difference.
This is early for us, though. Like,
Really?
Usually we don't get back till
Usually we don't step foot into the dorms until then.
Yeah, and then you don't go to bed till like 2:30.
So did you have class this morning too?
Yeah, I had 8:30 to 10:20, and then I had a 2 to 3:15. And don't even ask me about tomorrow.
No, actually, you should tell them about tomorrow.
Yeah, let's hear. I do like hearing the stuff because there is a totally inaccurate amount of people always say student athletes got it easy, and then I always like just hearing schedules of said
Depends on
student
what
athletes.
major you're in. So tomorrow, wake up nice and early, 8:30 to 9:20. I have my recitation for physics. And so recitation, you basically go over like lecture material, do
Mhm.
worksheets, whatever, applications. 8:30 to 9:20, physics reci. 9:30 to 12:20, OChem lab. 12:30 to 1:20, OChem reci.
What is that?
Oh, organic chemistry.
Oh, organic chemistry.
Yeah. OChem reci. Then from our nice little 1:30 to 2, we can grab some lunch. 2:30 to 5, practice. Eat dinner with the team from about 5:30 to 6. 6:30 to 9:20, physics lab.
Yikes! So you got physics, chemistry, lunch,
Yeah, and then physics late at night.
and then practice, and then physics. That is a tough day. What's your major?
I'm a double major in biological sciences and forensic biology.
Oh, you did it to yourself.
I
I'm not
know,
gonna
I
count
know, I
that.
did. 110%. But it's hard. Like, I don't think people realize because
Oh,
like
it's
my
very hard.
Thursdays are great. Like, I don't have any class on Thursday.
Mhm.
But the issue is because we travel on Thursdays, I can't put like recitations or labs or things that only meet once a week on a Thursday. So I end up having to push all of those types of classes into one day of the week. And I can't put my labs on Wednesday this semester. When we travel for the national championship, we usually leave on Wednesdays. So it kind of you end up getting really limited schedule options, so then you end up with days that are just crazy, and then also some really nice days like Thursdays, but you don't get to see half the Thursdays because usually you're on a plane at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, I'd imagine you guys probably get the days off too, where you
Yeah.
have to do homework because you finally do got a day off.
Yeah.
Kayla, what's it like for you? Freshman year, I know it's like not drowning quite yet. You probably got more free time.
She picked the right major.
Yeah, I'm actually undeclared.
Okay.
Well, first semester it was like it wasn't that bad. It was technically worse than this semester because I take 15 credits in the fall and 12 in the spring. But right now I only have to take 9 because I took 3 credits during the winter session. So I take Ad PR on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 to 12:15, Econ Monday, Wednesday, 11 to 12:15, and then Science of Food online and no class on Friday.
That is a nice schedule.
It's a great, and all my classes have like people that I like know, like Haley's in my econ, things like that. Have a good class.
Does that happen with student athletes? Do you guys get thrown in classes where it's majority athletes just to make it work?
So, but like at the same time, I also take all like the business classes, so I don't know if that's why.
That could be.
That's why.
Yeah.
Well, it's great business major here at the University of
Yes.
Nebraska. Like it is the one where I never like it's never a good thing to like not really know what you want to do, but that is like a really good degree, especially out of this university.
Oh, I've thought about changing to business, but I'm too far in. But it's
too late for
great.
you.
I think a lot of people go business, but I also think there's a lot of things that you can do with business. It's a very practical major.
Yeah.
And like I agree. I think a lot of people go into it if they don't necessarily know exactly what they want to do, but there's so many things you can do with it that I feel like it's worth it anyway.
Yeah, and you realize like unfortunately not everybody does, but like all degrees aren't all equal.
Mhm.
Business is one very versatile.
Mhm.
A little bit tangent there, shouting out the business school of Nebraska Lincoln. But Jillian, I did talk to Kayla about some of the competition there. You guys placed 5th. Not super pumped, not disappointed either though. How'd you think it went?
I think it was okay. I think we figured out things that we need to work on going forward. I think the good thing was a lot of our matches were close. And it was one of those things where you're almost just like a click off from being a lot better than you were. And so even just to kind of be there, not really complaining, not really happy either, but I think
Knowing what to work towards.
yeah, it's always a great thing to have weekends like last weekend, but I think it's also a good thing to have weekends like this weekend cuz kind of last weekend you had that high of like yeah, we bowled really well and like the work's been paying
13
off.
to 0.
And then now you have the okay, there's still work to be done. Like we're not invincible, so let's get back to it. We're not going to get complacent. So, just kind of getting back to it. But yeah.
And what are the things like at this point in the season? How many meets you guys got left now before we get to regionals?
3.
3. What's the competition look like? You got any invite onlys or because we got the home one as well. I don't know if that's on the schedule on the actual site.
That I don't know, but that's included in the 3 before regionals.
Okay.
Let's see. We go to Arkansas State.
Is Jonestown one or did you guys already?
Yeah, that's Jonesboro.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of the good teams will be there. Vandy goes, Jacksonville State goes. I feel like NCAT
Youngstown,
goes, but I don't know if they do. They're so close.
Probably Youngstown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pull up the schedule here. Oh, so you got the Flyer Classic,
Yeah,
yeah.
Illinois, and then that's Jonesboro, and then it's the Big Red Invitational, and they do got it on there.
Yeah, I know that other competition, at least for Arkansas and Illinois, a lot of the good teams go there. We have a few good teams that come out to our home tournament, but not as many as some of the other tournaments.
Well, that's kind of how does teams go about that on inviting who? Is it just purely how the schedule shakes out because that is such a late one that maybe it's tougher to grab?
No, it's just hard because where we are locationally, I don't know if that's a word.
Location-wise,
Geographically?
Geographically would be a better word.
Geographically, yeah. Where we are geographically, it's a lot harder to get to than some of the other tournaments. Like if you want to go to Vandy's tournament, you just gotta fly into Nashville and it's
Yeah,
right
no
there.
direct flight either. You got to go to Omaha, then drive, get a bus.
So there's just kind of a lot of other factors that go into that, and it's not super cheap to get here either. So it's just one of those things where it's just really dependent on a lot of different things. And teams have to make sure they're not going so many weekends in a row. And so logistically, I think it's just kind of a pain to plan. So yeah.
How many teams get invited to that one?
I'm not sure. I don't know either.
I can't imagine it's a huge amount.
Mm-mm.
This is not the biggest bowling alley.
No, there's not that many. Enough, but not like a crazy amount. I think it's
8?
8 to 10.
Yeah.
8, somewhere between 8
It's
and 12.
definitely 8, yeah.
Depends.
All right, how good does it feel to have that one just kind of at the back of your schedules? That's something you do really look forward to kind of give you that. Assuming you guys do well, being at home, you get maybe a little bit of edge. Is that like kind of a big deal to have that to kind of cap off that regular season heading into regionals? Maybe catch some momentum.
I think it's just nice to. It's kind of like a cap on the regular season for us, like where we can just kind of come together as a team and have a good experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think usually we bowl well at that tournament, and so we didn't have it last year, but at least my freshman year, it was just kind of cool to end on that good note. And then we kind of go into a month's break, which I think is not a bad thing. It's kind of like in that winter break we had, where we can just kind of work on things and reevaluate. So I think it's actually a really good thing the way we space it, so that we actually have time to kind of rebuild and just get ready to do what we're trying to do.
Do you guys ever get injuries at that point in the season lingering too that you need to take care of? Like, what does the IR report look like for a majority of bowling teams like this late in the season? Is it something you see where some of these athletes do need rest?
I think it depends on the team and also how much like they're lifting and practicing and what they do when they lift and they practice.
Yeah, bowling isn't a crazy one.
Yeah, you're not gonna get like hurt from tackling somebody. Like it's not like
No, but I wonder if you use the same mechanics enough to where
yeah,
That's what I
like your back.
you're gonna wear it out. Like even if it's not the most, you're doing it nonstop and you're using it exactly the same time every way, and eventually it wears down. I don't know if you have any unique, whether it's wrist, shoulder, stuff like that flares out.
It's so repetitive.
Those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like back, shoulder,
wrist, elbow,
wrist, yeah, elbow, and then
left quad,
yeah, left
hip,
quad and hip
knee.
are a big
Just
one.
because having that uneven weight just
Yeah.
constantly pulling on one side of your body.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like lifting helps a lot, but our muscles are also disproportionate. So then,
Yeah,
like
I
what
can
you're
see
using
that.
in everyday life can get kind of messed up. So there's like a lot of weird ones there.
Do they give you like a lot of single dumbbell workouts to counteract that?
Yeah.
Can you guys feel it? Like that's probably a unique one. You guys are in the same kind of category with like pitchers out there.
Yeah, no,
Well,
you
one
can
arm just gets way
definitely
stronger.
tell. And like the thing too, because we did like DEXA scans where they do like your body comp and like
Yeah.
they can tell you like how much more muscle you have in like your right arm or your right leg or like any of that. Then.
How crazy disproportionate are we talking here?
Not
Like
that
obviously
crazy.
it gets fixed as you guys work out more and get back in season, but
No, but like even like just from bowling, like if I line my elbows up and go out, like this is the difference in my hands.
oh, I can see it.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
What?
Like if you I don't know my
So for
hands
all
are-
those who are listening, like she's just putting her elbows side by side and you can actually see a difference. What is that? Is that just
I do. But my right hand's also bigger. Like if you look at the size of my fingers, like I don't think
Here, I'll
That's
just
a
scoot up to
pretty
the mic a
normal
little bit and explain it too so people can hear what you're
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how far I was. Anyway, but like if my elbows are together and I put my hands together, there's like a clear length difference. And then if I just put my fingers next to each other, you can tell there's like a huge difference in size.
Is that just
So.
the muscle mass, bone density? I don't know what
I
all that
don't
goes
know.
into that.
And I don't know if it like your arm gets pulled over. I don't know
Maybe.
if that's a thing.
It's just dropping out
Um,
if it's talking enough.
Yeah. Same thing too. At one point when I was younger, I tore my right hamstring from bowling, which you wouldn't think because like you slide on your left foot, but like the constant like pushing off of the right foot.
That makes
So
sense.
yeah, it's like it's just kind of one of those weird things. But I think that the other thing too, when we travel like back to back to back, it can be hard to get in to see our trainer and do all those things, especially like if you have a lot of classes or you're trying
Mhm.
to do stuff.
Like
especially-
today you would struggle.
Yeah, and like same thing tomorrow. And like for me, because all my classes are stacked on the front half of the week, I can't really go in. So it's nice to just have a month to be able to take that time and go see the trainer as much as you need to. It's nice to kind of get back into a routine with lifting because then you're feeling stronger and at your
Mhm.
best. So
We do got to go to break here. Before we go to break, I did not realize you pulled a hamstring. Kayla, did you ever get an injury like maybe not a hamstring, but
No, I had like back like pain growing up just from bowling because my trail leg would always like be so far wrapped around my back that it would just pull on my back, I guess, my lower left. But nothing crazy.
the back's probably pretty common. I'd imagine you get that all the time. Just even if it's
Mhm.
not quote unquote injured, just getting tweaked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Or,
there
like if you do cupping like right here, like you're gonna be purple.
really?
Yeah.
Is there like certain thing you see it in basketball where they really, especially young kids, where it's like, please don't shoot threes. Like you're just gonna get horrible form taught. Is there something with bowling where like if you don't catch a person bowling in a really unique way early, it's going to really hurt their form down the long run? Or is that something you can kind of tweak on the fly? Obviously not to be a pro bowler, but not hurt yourself at least.
It depends on how much work you're willing to put in. But, like, one of the bigger things is a lot of younger kids will, like, spin it because they're trying to hook it.
Yeah, been
And
there.
so they'll do like that, and it can mess up your wrist and your elbow.
I can see that. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how I did it. Like, I sprained my wrist trying to get like a bunch of twist on it. And I was a young kid. I didn't have like nearly big enough hands to even get enough grip on the ball like that. All right, we'll throw it to break. This is Spare Time. We got Jillian, Martin, Kayla Starr, a couple of Husker bowlers in here to my left. As always, don't go anywhere. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
The Drive with A.D. Raff and Amon Gray.
We have Dave Remington. What were your thoughts on Nebraska football?
I was happy with it. Right now, I'm looking for just improvement in all areas, and I think the talent is picking up. Everything looks good. All we have to do is get over the hump. I like Coach Rule. I like what he does. Everything seems organized, and they're doing things the right way. Now, we just got to get that transfer to game days. We make a lot of mistakes, but I'm hoping that'll go away with experience.
Weekdays from 8 to 10 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Student success in Nebraska Public Schools extends beyond the classroom. Paraeducators, nurses, psychologists, speech pathologists, and social workers are all part of a powerful team of professionals who keep our kids healthy, focused, and successful. Working together with parents, students, and the community, our public schools can help every student reach their full potential.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Your cell phone. We need to talk about something. Something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as 1 pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous. 5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something. Something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Spare Time, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here are your hosts, Jillian Martin and Kayla Starr.
All right, welcome back in. Spare Time. Here starting on the ones and twos. As always, you guys can join in. Sorry, Heyman text line. You know the streams already. Great way to put a face to the voice. You guys got some ticket hats in here. Got some new gear repping. I want to ask you, when it comes to bowling, what's the gear look like in bowling? Does that get to a point, like, do you guys get some say in what your uniforms are going to look like, alternates? You do stuff like that at all in bowling?
Not really. Although I think next year we're going to get skirts.
Yay! I'm so excited about
What's
that.
what do you guys, it's skirts, and then what are the common for
Dress shorts.
Yeah.
dress shorts?
Every team's different.
I was gonna say, I thought you guys used to skirts, or no?
A little bit.
Sometimes the last 2 years that I've been here, we've had people who really don't like skirts. But next year, I think that we found skirts that might be okay for us to wear. So we did a poll, and people are okay with skirts.
Yeah.
And so planning on skirts.
I also feel like a lot of us did grow up wearing skirts, like just because. And then like the last year I started wearing shorts a little bit, just every now and then. But I'm like picky when it comes to my shorts because there's like this long pair, and I was like, guys, I'm not wearing that.
Yeah, we had a long pair that we got tailored this year finally because they were just so
long.
We're like talking early 2000s over the knees.
No, like right
just too
before
long.
the knees.
Yeah, see, you guys are crazy. Like that's a reasonably, well, it's probably different for guys and girls.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, like that's, like, I'm always fascinated. But so, like, when it comes to the actual like uniforms you guys wear, is it the same every single meet, or do you get reds, whites, blacks?
So we always, at least since I've been here, wear red on Friday and black on Sunday. And then there's like, we used to have like a almost white gray jersey, and now we
Mhm.
just have like a middle gray jersey that we wear in the middle. But it's different depending on what they provide. They'll just provide us with a bunch of different polos, and then basically we choose.
You guys ever have to wear certain colors for bowling? Does it like matter? Can you just have all red teams competing, all wearing red polos?
Yep, it's kind of crazy.
We gotta wear black socks though. We have to make sure we match.
Is that a Coach Klempo rule?
No, that's a uniform captain rule.
I just know we
okay.
have to match.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
that
guess
makes
they don't
sense.
have to be black socks, but
yeah.
Just matching so you can at least identify these guys are on a team together.
Yeah.
All right. What'd you do if you could make your own uniforms? What's it look like? Team USA's had some cool ones. You can get crazy with it, graphics and all that stuff. You can have it be plain, matte, one color. You can get crazy with it.
Sweatpants.
you can rock with sweatpants.
this weekend that would have been so nice because it was so cold in the bowling alley.
So bad. 63 degrees.
Yeah.
But that many teams in there, is that cold?
Yeah, they had that AC on like
And the
full
fans were
blast.
spinning like fast.
I think they were trying to be like proactive, but
it didn't. It just made everybody in the bowling alley cold.
Just too proactive, trying to keep it
Like,
cold and kept it freezing.
I don't wear a jacket when we bowl, and I had my jacket on between shots. I was like, this is like Karina had a blanket.
Yeah.
Like it was cold. And we're all in shorts too, so you gotta think like
I think the thing with like creating our own uniform is so like for all of our singles competition, wow. All of our singles competition, we have like custom like dye sub like uniforms that we wear.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know. I kind of like the feeling of just getting to like put on like a Adidas polo.
yeah.
It's kind of weird, but it's just
It's
kind of
like
nice.
It's very like relaxed. It depends on the jersey. Like I always liked cool jerseys.
Yeah.
So I was always like, oh, these are very light. The sleeves aren't too long. I have this weird thing with sleeves.
Well, at bowling, I think it actually makes sense though.
Yeah.
Because you'd
Well, like-
feel it and be annoying.
Like I pull my sleeves up in practice because it just makes me mad.
She's the reason we have tank tops, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I just think I don't know. I like the polos. It's simple.
Mhm.
So you guys like the simplicity of it?
Yeah, but I also like when I did single stuff, like I had like little jerseys with like stars on it because like my last name, like that was cool. But like I like just the polo, the N.
I think it would be cool if we could do a jersey to like pull in something from like the actual city or like university.
Well, I was wondering because I always love anytime Nebraska women's basketball did it, and they looked awesome. The cream colored jerseys.
I saw that.
Okay.
When you do those, right? Did you like those?
I thought they were cool. I mean, I haven't seen I never saw like the old ones. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah, I just like that idea of that colorway. I don't know. You can always make it look really cool because like the Chicago Bulls back in the day, it wasn't like white. It was kind of like cream white as well, and like those were always just iconic. Is there any sponsors like for in the bowling world, like big names that Nike, Adidas, like obviously we're gonna have Adidas uniforms, but in terms of like bowling, who's the big one in bowling then?
they're all bowling brands.
Yeah.
So
Like they just purely, I mean, obviously they might have some smaller avenues, but they're really just well known in the bowling atmosphere, and that's it.
I think they all like strictly do bowling.
Well,
Maybe.
no,
High
because
five.
the one company now, they started off as one company. They created
Oh,
another
yeah.
branch that's specifically bowling, and they're trying to branch off into other stuff, but they're mainly known from bowling.
What is the big brand in bowling right now? Like A1 probably has the most money in terms of bowling products.
Like bowling balls or like jerseys specifically?
I guess which one's gonna be more value? I don't know what the bowling world looks like because when I think of basketball, I'm like Nike, Jordan. Those guys got it locked down. When I think of soccer, Adidas actually gets in the door. Puma, bowling, I don't know what the brands are.
I'll be like Storm.
Yeah, bowling balls.
Yeah.
Would be Storm.
Well, because like everything's
yeah.
different. So like for bowling balls and like most manufacturer stuff, you'd go to Storm. If you need anything for like grips or like pro shop supplies, you'd probably go to Turbo and Visor, the two big ones. And then like jerseys, it's mainly like Cool Wick and I Am Bowling, and then
Mhm.
there's a few other like smaller ones.
Yeah.
Mixed in there, and then Cool Wick, Brunswick, not Cool Wick, Storm, Brunswick, and Motive are like the big three, but I think Storm has the biggest like, I don't know, it's
Market
not-
share, whatever you want
yeah,
to call
market
it.
share, yeah.
Has that ever changed much, or is it always those guys? Like as you guys have been growing up, has there been any dynamic shifts? Because Under Armour, when they kind of broke into the scene with basketball, that was crazy. They've fallen off again, but
Well, like Storm used to be like just Storm, and then they acquired Rotogrip.
Yeah, and then they
And then they
acquired,
acquired 900 Globals. Now it's 3 brands all under SPI.
and like
then Brunswick 7 brands.
yeah, and they used to just be 2, and then they acquired another 5. And then there's been other brands that have tried to like come in. Like there was this brand called Big Bowling, and so they kind of tried to come in, and then that didn't really work. And so then Dexter was always the big shoe brand when I was growing up, but then Storm acquired 3G. So now a lot of people wear 3G because they throw Storm bowling balls and they feel like it's like tied in.
Yeah.
That makes
Because I think
sense.
Dexter used to make stuff for Storm. Or, like,
Yeah.
closely.
what's the markup on bowling shoes look like these days? Because basketball got robbed by it. I mean, now a good pair of basketball shoes, you're looking to spend. Like some poor mom's got a kid who wants, a pair of shoes that are $180. And then they're fine shoes, but they're definitely not worth $180. But the logo makes it $180. What's the bowling shoes? Is that got a markup, or is that pretty fair?
It's a yeah. It depends on the shoe too.
Is it worth it though? Like, is that one where the money definitely pays for what it's worth?
So like intro level bowling shoes just like have like just a slide and you can't change it, whatever. Those are like $50.
The ones I'd get at the bowling alley if I just said, you got some
I
shoes.
mean, like
They're a little
slightly
comfier.
nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like disheveled like that, but in terms of the actual
Yeah.
style.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the same idea, pretty much.
And then they have ones where you can like just change the slide sole. And I don't know what those are, but then like the top of the line, like fully interchangeable. You can change the slide, you can change the heel, you can replace like what you need.
You can.
I
like,
think pro
bring
shop
them.
wise, they can
Yeah.
sell them from like $250 to $280.
They wear how long they last? Because that's
Depends
the
on
other
how
thing about
much
the
you
basketball
bowl.
shoes. It's like 1 year, you probably cheat through them if you're playing a lot.
I think people can get 2-3 years out of them. If you bowl as much as we do, you might only get a year.
Yeah, because I used to rip the backs out of them. Like
Yeah.
the back of my heels would just be completely torn up, and so I'd get a new pair every year.
Yeah.
Has the university got those for you every year, or how does that work?
We have Adidas shoes now.
Okay. How do you like the
So,
Adidas shoes?
They're nice. We basically took them and there's like Velcro on the bottom so that you can fully customize what you want.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What do you guys usually prefer then?
We use slides from Dexter still. but
Yeah.
It's like
And heels.
basically the slides run on a number system from like
1 to 10.
I think
No,
it's
2 to
2.
10.
Yeah, 2 to 12.
2 to 12. Yeah.
2 to 12. And
I'll
then
never get
there's
up there.
like 4 different types of heel. There's an orange heel, a burgundy heel, like almost like Neapolitan ice cream heel. And a velvet heel.
That's just colorways or different
No.
textures?
They have different textures. So basically customizing those sole and heel combinations controls how much you slide and how quickly you stop.
So you said back to 12-inch on the heel, or no?
Well, no, it's a number system of like 2 has like the most traction, least slide,
Okay,
and
that
12
makes-
has like a lot of slide.
Yeah.
That clears it up a lot. I was like
Mhm.
actually thinking inches. I'm like,
No.
there's
No,
no
no,
way we're
no.
talking about the same thing.
No.
Yeah. Personally, I'm a S2 and an orange heel person.
Same. That's the most traction you can get.
I
But
like to stop quick.
Yeah, usually at a higher level, people will want to stop quicker because if you can stop quicker, then you create more momentum because you're driving more with your legs.
At what point in bowling do you start getting into the shoes to where like you're locked? Is that something early on where like high school coaches are kind of teaching that, or is that once you get good, you're doing anything possible to get just that little bit better?
I don't know if it's like a taught thing or if it's an experiment thing. But like I learned about the orange heel from Jillian. I will say that.
It's more like I feel like a lot of people will buy interchangeable shoes and
Uh-huh.
then not change the sole. Like that happens a lot in bowling. So like in that case, the $280 is nowhere near worth it. But I think it's more word of mouth. They're like people being like, "Oh, like I got these and I like them.
Yeah.
Like you should try them." And like if people feel like they're getting better and they want to make the investment to be better, they'll invest in better shoes. I feel
And
like
it-
that's kind of proportional.
Yeah. And it helps because I feel like we both traveled a lot when we were younger. So like different centers, like depending on how tacky the like lane is, like you're gonna have to change it with like so that you can slide the right way. And
That
so
makes sense.
that was just kind of like I'm gonna change. I never didn't change my heel until I was like, I don't know, 13, 14. Yeah.
But do you get enough to notice like this is helping for sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean it's nice too because when you can change the heels and the soles, the shoes end up lasting longer.
That's
at least
true,
for
yeah.
like a better bowler because you don't once they wear
Wear
down you
those
can change.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone bowls league one night a week at the same center every week, then they can buy a $50 pair of shoes and
They'll be fine.
yeah.
So I'm okay with that though. That market makes sense though,
Mhm.
because there is some like actual competitive edge you can get with it that's not over the line. And again, like when it comes to basketball shoes, it's you put Jordans on, you're not going to go 360 dunk like Jordan. Like you're not actually getting
What do
better.
you mean?
Wow, I wish, but no, maybe the rim grazer package. All right, we'll throw it the break here. Spare time, Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr, don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Programs improve lives, strengthen communities, and foster civic engagement in Nebraska. For example, members serving with AmeriCorps programs like Partnership for Kids provide kids with the support they need to succeed in school and prepare for their dream career. Discover more about AmeriCorps programs making a difference in your community at serve.nebraska.gov. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People Seeding Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to Spare Time, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here are your hosts, Jillian Martin and Kayla Starr.
All right, welcome back in. Spare Time, Jillian Martin, Kayla Starr. Switching things up a little bit on this third segment. Impulse purchases. Are you guys pretty susceptible to them or not?
Usually no, but the last week, yeah.
You said that with a lot of guilt. Like, how much impulse are we talking here?
Enough.
Like, was it a massive purchase? Like, you've never done something like this before? Or was it pretty small, but still an impulse?
The one was a pretty big purchase. The other one was smaller. Did I have any other buys? I don't think I bought anything else, though.
I won't make you give the dollar amounts, but what was the impulse buy?
I bought a Roomba while we were
I
at
knew it was
breakfast.
this.
We were at breakfast and I saw they had a sale. And Catherine and I have been dying because our apartment keeps getting so dusty even though we vacuum. And like also 2 girls in an apartment, our hair just gets everywhere. I was like, Catherine, should I buy a Roomba? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, they're like 43% off. I think I'm gonna do it. So I did it. Yeah.
You're gonna be
Roombas
disappointed with it.
aren't
Every room I see just they work not very well.
We
you know.
have one at home. I love it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
why I
not.
did it.
Maybe I just set my room up wrong.
I don't know. I think it depends on the Roomba. I don't know if it's as good as our one at home used to be, or if it's just more practical for a bigger house.
I think we got an off-brand now that you mention it. I think that's probably what it was. It was not a legit Roomba,
That might
but
be
same
it.
thing. All right, Kayla, what about you? Impulse purchases.
I bought a keychain from Lululemon. That's all. Am I supposed to show it?
You can if you want.
Yeah.
That's a unique impulse
Well,
buy as a keychain.
Okay, usually they're like $30 and there's only 15.
Oh.
We're talking. Well, hold on. Keychain was $30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why it's an impulse buy because it's a
'Cause it's-
Lululemon.
Oh, so it's like a
matches.
brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my old like wallet Lululemon thing, it was starting to rust, and so I was like, you know what? This is perfect. And it was only $15.
I feel
So
like
I bought
you'll
it.
be online shopping a lot though.
I online shop, but I can't commit to it. I can never commit to the buy.
So it's just like the
Except for
cart's
this
full,
one.
but
So
don't
where did
check
this come
out.
from?
My mom.
Oh. Valid.
I can never commit to the buy. Like I'll put stuff in my cart. Like I've had the same pair of leggings in my cart for like 2 weeks. They're fleece lined from Lululemon, $150. I can't do it. But then I complain every day that it's cold, my legs are cold.
And then you order it in spring when it's too late.
Probably. Or like I've like been looking at the same pair of shorts and I'm like, wow, I really want those. Then it started to get close. I was like, oh wait. And they're always sold out. And it's a whole ordeal.
What shorts do you want?
They're like these little black Lululemon ones, and they're like, I forget what they're called. They're either like the track that they're not the hottie hots, and they're not the speed ups. I know that.
Nice.
They're the other ones.
That's the actual name of the. They call them hottie hots.
That's like
I
one
don't
of
know.
them.
I don't buy from Lulu because
That's such a lie.
I'm not gonna.
I don't
You
have,
used to.
my mom used to buy for me.
It is one of those brands. It's very expensive, but it's nice. They've got some guy stuff
Holds
too,
up.
which is pretty comfortable.
Yeah. I just feel like it's
I would
so expensive
never go there.
now for what it is.
I don't know what the women's side looks like. The guy's side is like it's very nice, but no way I'm gonna spend my war unless I got that kind of money. That's so much for that clothing.
I feel like you guys spend less stuff on like things in general. Like I went to get spray deodorant from the store the other day to travel with.
Yeah.
And like the little small woman's bottle of spray deodorant is like $2.68. And the men's, same size, same everything, except it lasts for 72 hours instead of 48. It was $2.
I do hear that a lot of girls will use guys deodorant just because it does last longer and
But
it's
I'm like,
stronger.
why is it cheaper?
Because guys are just they don't care as much is the problem. So they can just you can try to like pump a bunch of money into this nice deodorant. The average guy is probably going to go in there and still grab the cheaper one. Like they don't
So-
care about the marketing you just put into it.
Point being, maybe Lulu puts better product stuff into their men's clothing.
They have really nice men's sweatshirts, I will say. I've
Mhm.
thought about buying them for myself. But again,
All right, wrap the show up here. Give me that's all right to say here. Give me the dumbest purchase you've ever had. One where you just regretted it. Like, man, I wasted money on this, barely use it, or I just didn't like it. Unless you guys are that good with your money.
Oh, I'm definitely not, but
Any instruments? That's a classic for kids. Save up, get an instrument, never learn how to play it. I did that with the piano. That was mine.
my parents bought me a piano, but I feel like I can't count that because
Now
I
you got to
didn't
buy it. It's got to be your money.
Yeah.
I'd imagine there's got to be a bowling ball that was expensive that you never used.
yeah,
Or what's a bowling ball? Like a good bowling ball cost.
180, 200.
Yeah.
That's decent.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Are you guys just that responsible? Maybe there is nothing.
I like to think I am. I mean, like if I see like extra money on my card, I'll be like, oh, looks like I can make a trip to Seven Brew, and then maybe if the Seven Brew is not that great that day, but
I think I'm struggling because like a lot of the stuff at school is stuff that I use every day, whereas like when I'm home, I'm like, why do I have this? Why do I need this? What am I doing? Oh, actually, all the times. Well, this is also my parents' money, but I feel like it's a valid one.
Mhm.
All the times I would play claw machines as a kid, where it's like you want to play so bad, so you're like spending like $4 for this like cheap
Yeah.
25-cent stuffed animal that you're never even gonna use or see. So
That's a good one.
fair.
Definitely been there before.
Bowling alley candy. That too.
Oh
Like
man,
when my dad would bowl league. I'd be like, please. Or,
that's
or
an entire
milkshakes from
segment.
the bowling alley. I spent a lot of their money.
We're gonna have to talk about that next because the bowling alley spending is always good because we had the pool
Yeah.
tables, the arcade machines for a small bowling alley. It was nice. Definitely spent a lot of course there too, though. All right,
Nice.
we'll wrap things up. You guys got anything else left to add as we sign off here?
Peace out.
What's TikTok? I know we're trying to get it up to 1,000.
Kayla.star28. Same thing as Instagram.
Absolutely. Give it a follow. This has been Spare Time. Appreciate you guys listening. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night.